Uh, it is our hope from the CCC that we can tap this aspect of CSR funding throughout the country in a major way and bring funds from companies, as has been done here, to revive, develop, and support sustainable village development. As we talked about yesterday, this is one of Srila Prabhupada's deep desires, even in his last days with us. Some of you may have read about his conversation with Abhiram Prabhu in Vrindavan, where he made plans, although he was so ill. He was so ill. I was not in Vrindavan, I was in Mayapur. But even before he left Mayapur, you could see how frail, how ill he had become. And yet, even in that state, he was so concerned about the future of our movement. And especially he was concerned about one aspect, which is the development of Varnashrama society. And he was engaged in a conversation with Abhiram Prabhu, and he said, I want to go to Gita Nagari. He was on his way to Gita Nagari when he left Vrindavan in that, I think it was August or September 1977. He said, I will go there. So Abhiram asked him, what will you do? How will you develop this Varnashram idea? He said, I will go there, I will sit down, and I will teach them how to live off the land. So this capacity to live off the land was a dream of Srila Prabhupada. The devotees would learn how to live off the land. Now, most of us are not really, we didn't grow up to be farmers. And most of us don't have the patience. We don't have it in our psychology to sit down and just live off the land. We're too conditioned for our comforts, and we're conditioned by the passion of city life. And we've transformed that. We've engaged that in devotional service to spread Krishna consciousness. So that's Prabhupada's mercy. But we have to support those who will live off the land, even if they're very simple. Help them to revive their capacity to live off the land. Help them to develop spiritually. And together we can save the future for our children and future generations. So, Hare Krishna. Today we will be focused on how to approach the corporate world. We're very happy to have Vrajasundar Pr here with us. He is a member of the CCC, and he couldn't be here for a very special reason the last few days, which he'll tell you about shortly, a little briefly. Anyway, he'll tell you about it. And so we'll have that, since we did get a little later start, we're going to try to still go to 1:30. We want to, if possible, if we can carve out 15 minutes at the end for some housekeeping. Well, no, I'm talking 15 minutes that you have to carve out for, at least for questions and answers. And but we do have a little housekeeping things that we must do. Just a quick call right here. How many of you have a really hard timetable that you have to be in Mumbai at a certain hour? Okay, let's just see. How many have to be in Mumbai by 5:30? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're going to try, that means we have to leave here in the bus no later than 3, I think, or who knows? 2:30? 2:30. So that means we have to leave here by 2:30. You've all packed up, right? You're all ready to go? Okay? So that means we have to end here at 1:30. Have lunch, go straight to the bus.
Is there lunch?
There should be. Yes, there is lunch. Yes, you will have lunch, okay? But 1:30, quick lunch, not, terribly relaxed and so on. 1:30, quick lunch, straight down to the buses, and let's head out by 2:30, okay? Latest 2:30. Latest.
Actually, I asked them, they said lunch is there. There.
We did request lunch, so let's make sure that it's there. But we will. So that means we've got to really hard break at 1:30 here. Okay. Thank you. I'll turn it over now to Vrajasundar.
Hare Krishna.
हमें आना, वो तो पहले से हमें था।
Om Jnana-Tindrandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunnamitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripashantrabhyeva Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Hare Krishna. So I'm extremely grateful to Pancharatna Prabhu, Devakinandan Prabhu, Gauran Prabhu, and various others who have been inspiring me, like Madhavanand Prabhu, who is the head of Bhaktivedanta Hospital, and also our dear Radhapati Gopinath Prabhu, who has been instrumental in getting the training manual also ready. I'm just wondering how I am here in CSR activities. I never wanted to be in fundraising. I'm from a small village near Srirangam, and when I came to Mumbai, first I used to be very, very shy of even sitting next to a 90-year-old lady in the bus. And way back in 96 or so, it was Prabhupada's centennial at that time, and I used to be working for the corporate world with ICICI Ventures, with international kind of attachments. But then, slowly and steadily, I was getting a feeling of hauntedness. That was, am I doing whatever I'm supposed to do? Because managing the customs, managing the corporate world, and things were becoming very difficult. Then it was becoming a rat race. At the end of the rat race, whether I win or lose, I continue to be a rat. That was haunting me. And then, of course, with the help of all senior Vaishnavas and in my family, I could get the association of the wonderful devotees at Bhaktivedanta Hospital. That's how I began my journey over there. Until 2004 or 5, I used to be managing the non-medical aspects of the hospital, administration or IT and all those things, finance, everything. But then in 2005, there was an order from Krishna Chandra Prabhu and a few others that I should look into fundraising. The projects were getting expanded and I should look into fundraising. and I was very skeptical about it. I was in my comfort zone, and suddenly my previous boss, Raghunath Prabhu, you might be knowing, his name is Rajesh Talwar, and I used to call him the Talwar hanging on my head. Every time in the morning there will be order, because he is a Punjabi. In the morning he will order, in the afternoon he will come to terms, in the evening he will become my friend. So that's the kind of situation, and slowly in 2005 I was asked to get into fundraising. I said, I have no knowledge of fundraising, what can I do? So, and I asked Madhavanand Prabhu, he said that if you don't know anything, at least talk about Prabhupada. And that's how I got into fundraising. Today it is like, it's not that I'm the best in doing whatever I'm doing, but I have learned certain skills, which I thought I will share it with all of you. And it has been Pancharatna Prabhu's inspiration that he has been motivating everyone to get into CSR activities of the hospital, of his convent, ISKCON. More often, if I misuse the word hospital, please forgive me, it has gone into my system. I just would like to narrate a small story. Actually, I got inspiration when I first wanted to do fundraising. I went to a friend's house. It was in Bangalore, and cousin brother. So I was keenly observing his son, because my cousin was telling me, please let us go for Yesudas Carnatic concert. So they were all getting ready. His 3-year-old, 4-year-old son was not ready to come. So he said, mother said, please go for party and get back, we have to rush to the program. So this fellow said, no, I'm not getting. Then after a few minutes, the mother said, I will give you 2 chocolates and 2 ice creams. And this fellow said, still I'm not getting. Then within an hour or so, within 10-15 minutes later, father came and persuaded him. I will give you 5 ice creams and 4 chocolates. This fellow said, no, I'm not getting. Okay, I will get you that electronic toy also, what you have been asking. And this fellow goes in, within 3 minutes he is out. See the negotiation skill. It is there innate in every one of us. Within 3 to 4 minutes this boy is ready. So I realized, if the small boy can do this, why not we apply the same principles for fundraising? That's how I started gaining confidence. And then I read another story of Prabhupada's, how he did. Maybe you can correct the minor things if I'm telling it wrong. It was in the storefront at Matchless Gift Shop, where they finalized the thing. I think they were to pay $90 and everything. And finally, when he came out, he was switching on the light. There was no light. And Mukund Maharaj, Michael Grant, was there with him. So he said, go and ask that we are an NGO, and ask them to waive off the deposit. So, he goes there next day, and they didn't even permit him to stand over there. He being a local person, they didn't even permit him to stand over there. So he comes back and reports to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada next day takes his chadar, puts on his shoulders, takes his stick, and with a royal one, he walks in and tells them that I am here from India to give something to you. I want to do these things. And the fellow takes out the paper, exemption stamp for, see how Prabhupada did the fundraising. So let us try and build that kind of confidence when we are going out with a bowl. Yes, whatever that comes in, we can accept it. So over the years of experience, I don't want to even leave behind somebody who is my next door neighbor. Where Bhaktivedanta Hospital is there, the next door is Royal College, and they are Muslims, and whatever we do, they do it the other way around. We are Bhaktivedanta Hospital, serving in devotion is our punchline, and they have put out more or less exactly the same year we started, and they have putting the punchline, devoted to serve. So about 2 years back, I approached them, sir, there is a joy of giving. Why don't you all participate and give something? I don't know what happened in their heart. Just before the demonetization, they collected about 40,000 rupees and said that we have collected, we will give it to you. And then it was Diwali vacation or something. They had gone on vacation, and finally, after demonetization, they are giving me the old notes. Kindly please accept. And it was a genuine kind of request we could manage because it was within the time. And then I said that if they have the small desire to give, why not we fan it? So then we kept on talking to each other, their principal. And one day in the night at about 7:30, I got a call. So I went and discussed with them. And they said that we want to give you an ambulance. I said that I don't need an ambulance because that's not my requirement right now. Then we settled down for a bus, which is about 25 lakhs. Because I never wanted to accept the ambulance, because ambulance most people will give and it will fall within 8 or 9 lakhs. I had my, whatever the patients and also the community service, we needed a bus and it was costing 25 lakhs. I never lost my hope. I kept on, hammering it, and believe in me, within 3 months, they came to us with a brand new bus built on one side, Royal Society of India, Muslim whatever is their thing, and on the other side, Sri Chaitanya Seva Trust, Bhaktivedanta Hospital. So there is a greater possibility that we just keep on tuning in where we can get the funds. It's not a big deal at all. It's not a big deal at all. On one of the days, I told one of my other, team member, I don't want to, because he couldn't collect on that day, and on that particular few months, said, go out, don't be in the office. If you are in the office, you will get arrested. So he went on, and he went to the other station. He was standing out, what can I do? Then he entered into a jewelry shop, and he started asking in the counter. And that fellow said that, we don't want to give because business is down and all. Another customer was there. She was buying some gold things and all. And finally she said that, you seem to be genuine, why don't you call me and come and meet me? And she gave 1 lakh rupees. So fundraising is fun. Fundraising is friend raising. The more we interact, the more we go out and do the things, automatically. One more story I would like to say before I begin the things. Let us be more practical. I'm here to share the practical side of fundraising rather than on the theory part. Already a lot of brainstorming things have happened. I saw the list, it's amazing. So I was in Delhi and a file was given to me. Go to the nursing bureau, whatever is the controlling authority of the nursing in India, hand over this file and they will ask you to describe about the project, so go through the file. So I was going through the file, I saw that it was running in losses. I said that how come nobody, I'm not handling day-to-day finance any longer, so I was not having an idea. So I thought that let me do something. So I handed over the file, I discussed, and then I came out. Now, before I board my train back to Mumbai, I need to connect with somebody. So I went on looking out for some corporates, and that one day that was available for me. I connected with an organization called HelpAge. I said that you have old people, you are supporting old people. Do you have a nursing bureau? When somebody falls sick, you get the nurses, call them, they will come and serve you at a particular cost. Do you have Aya Boy or Ward Boy bureau for this? I said, no. Can we think of creating this particular thing? And believe in me, within 1.5 to 2 hours, They called up somebody, that organization, Tata Communication, was ready to support them. It was just a thought process, but then it took almost about 2 months to fructify, but then the seed was planted. And about 30 lakhs or so they gave it to us. And all that we do is immediately connected back to Wada, Thalassery, where we have our other form of Jew who is taking care of it very nicely. So we picked up children from all these places. We have trained so far about 250 children. And out of that, 70% of them got employed. Imagine the family income, 25,000 per annum, has gone to 1,50,000. This is a case study which was presented in FICCI, Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And they said that out of 450 plus NGO applications, you are the only one whom the core selection committee felt that they should be called in for a presentation. And we made the presentation and we got the first prize for that. Right. So the thing is, my intention was, how can I link it to Prabhupada's service? Just imagine, this is a project which can be started by every one of you around, because you can relate it to the community. The community will relate it with you very well. What happened was, we recruited these children in batches of 25, gave them the training, because we are a hospital, we have a nursing school. So this can be done by anybody else also, how to take care of an older person, what are all the precautions. Some nurse can come in as a kind of, teacher for 1 month. We gave the training for 3 months, 2.5 months, took them to the field and also taught them Prabhupada's message. Taught them how to chant, taught them how to read Bhagavad Gita for patients, the small things, and how to interact with them. Believe in me, at the end of the course, several of them have become devotees, number one. Number two, they go out to the families and talk to their family members. So because you started earning, because in the villages the earnings are very meager, some of them, the families have become devotees. And more than that, what has happened, transformed, is each one is referring another student to us. So the final batch is now going on, that's about 30 students we are doing. So there is a great potential and opportunity to connect them to Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. If that is our goal, CSR becomes very easy. And so let me just begin. It's an intense activity. We have to meditate, just like the pickle in the oil. The more we keep on meditating after finishing our chanting in the morning, the more the results will come definitely in fundraising. And it is, as I told you, it's strength rising. You have to keep on interacting with people, whether it is the corporate world or whether it is, I was in BHEL in Delhi, and I was pitching in for support for Varsana camp. The fellow in front of me signed 10,000 Bhagavad Gita books as a sponsorship for various jails and other organizations. 10,000. Somebody from Delhi has already interacted with them and they gave 10,000 Bhagavad Gitas.
Actually, he signed for 19,500 Gitas.
Okay, great. Wonderful. And it's a joy. Why should we going out, oh today I have to collect? Why to do that? Let us do it with joy. And the opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada and enhance the Prabhupada's mission and opportunity to engage others in Srila Prabhupada's mission. There was one guy who came to the hospital hardcore, less than criminal. Hardcore, but little less than a criminal. The moment he gets in, you cannot talk to him anything about Krishna. And believe in me, the last 15 years, he is like one of the main leaders in Lions Club. And today, he calls, first word he says is Hare Krishna. There is a transformation which is going to come, and we cannot expect it to happen at our speed. It will happen as per Krishna's speed. And we want to do more within the given time. All of us have got limitations. And it's a wonderful fundraising world. There's a huge opportunity available for us. Spiritual thought, chanting and hearing are the only permanent things, and the rest keep changing, including whether it is Nirav Modi or it is Vijay Malaya. Things keep on changing. So, the moment we do that, and also I found a very wonderful thing with Vidura's statement when he talks to Dhritarashtra about the 5 kinds